Hello, everyone. My name is David Pizat, and this is my first podcast. Yep, my very podcast, and you are on the Circle Formula. So I will start with a little bit about myself. I promise you, I will not talk too much about myself. I'll try to give you guys some value on this podcast. Um, so I am a photographer. I've been a photographer for many years. I guess you can call me a content creator as well. But before being a professional photographer with about 25 years of experience, I worked with several advertising agencies. And during my years in the advertising agency, I did learn quite a bit about advertising and promoting, and I got to work in different platforms, and I learned different skills, everything from, design work to video editing and audio editing and all that good stuff. Um, at the age of 28, I filmed a full length movie. It was a great movie. Sorry to say it didn't go out to the theaters, but I did picked up a lot of experience there. It was a great experience. I think that everything in life, gives you wonderful experiences that you can run with. And so I'm here, 47 years old now. Fast forward, I've done so much with my business, and I've met so many people. I've also traveled quite a bit. I traveled quite a bit with my clients. They've taken me all over the world, all over, South America and different places in the States, and you name it. All the tourist places you can think of. I was one of the most sought out photographers in my region. And I still am. I'm just shifting a little bit in different things. I'm more focused now in commercial photography and a bit of marketing as well. Something that has not left me. Marketing is something that I'm very passionate about, something that I'm always interested to see how companies work and stuff like that, and see how I could help them, whether it's, like I said, creating something for them or helping them with their website, or perhaps even SEO, which I'm also very happy to know SEO. I, as a matter of fact, speaking of SEO, every day I work with SEO. I do SEO. I have a mentor, also my good friend, Favor, which I hope to have him here on this podcast someday. He's just amazing. I'd love to introduce you. But anyways, today's topic, I wanted to just, like I said, I wasn't going to talk too much about myself. I want to make sure I leave something behind here in this podcast that you can take with you. And I am a Airbnb photographer. I am based in Texas, and if you look up right now, Airbnb photographer in Texas or in San Antonio or in Austin, Texas, even New Braunfels. I'm sure you guys are familiar with those cities. If you live in remotely, even close to Texas, you'll know these wonderful cities that we have in Texas. You will find us at the top of Google. And again, you can find us at Airbnb photographer in these locations under our name, which is David Pizat Photographers. Anyways, so today I wanted to give you guys Airbnb photo tips, right? I think for those people that have Airbnb, they have an Airbnb home, or they're the Airbnb host, or they're managing Airbnbs, and not just Airbnbs, but short-term rentals in general. There is something that I would like to share with you guys, which is great tips on uploading these photographs and I call this best order for uploading. This is super important, guys, because knowing what I know as a photographer and as a marketer, years of marketing in the past, I have to say that your first impression is the most important. And that's something that it may sound cliche at this point, but it is super important. So that goes along with the way you set up your Airbnb listing. So some of the things that I have to share here, guys, is what is the best order, right, for uploading your Airbnb? This is super important. Whether you do it yourself, you take these pictures yourself, or you hire a professional photographer, which I highly recommend, to do an investment. Do an investment of hiring a photographer to take care of these photographs. There's actually studies. There's actually reports, even from Airbnb itself, stating that listings that have professional photos, good high, and what I mean by professional photos is high quality photography, right? That showcases your or optimize your listing or your home in the best light, are usually the ones that get ranked the highest. And usually the ones with the higher booking rates. So this is definitely important, guys. If you guys want to elevate your presence, there is such a thing, guys, as Airbnb SEO. For those that don't know this, there's also such a thing, and we do some of that as well. As a photographer, I also learned so many tricks on when you're adding these photographs onto your listing, as far as adding keywords and descriptions and all that, so you can also elevate or get to the top of the listings. Anyways, so some of the things moving forward with this topic, I've had many of my hosts or clients that have asked me, when I go and photograph their home or their whatever it is, a condo or apartment or whatever it is that they're leasing as short-term rentals, or does photo order matters? Does it matter? And I have three things that we're going to go over. Is it attention grabbing? Also storytelling, and the search algorithm, right? So here we go. Let's start with attention grabbing. Let's break that down. Okay. So the first few photos are the most crucial photos of your listing. Okay. Period. Done. They need to have a hook for the viewers to make them want to see the rest of your space. Now think about that. If we didn't have this hook, if we didn't have these pictures that are attention grabbing, and this is something very important that I've learned as a photographer, and I've applied it in my marketing days, when working in the advertising agency, we would actually have the one, and I call it the one photograph that would sum up the whole business. Okay. So if we were, for instance, if you look at, let's say Apple, right? Let's start with Apple or Kohl's, right? This is for sinks and faucets and stuff like that. They usually only put one image that sums up their brand. They don't put a multiple. You'll see that one image that the attention grabbing photograph that takes off. That's the hook. And it's usually very plain and simple, getting right to the point. Now, this also applies to Airbnb, right? So when you think of that, it gravitates you. It takes you right there, and you want to click on those images first. And this matters. It does matter 100%. It does matter. It makes a big difference. The other thing is storytelling. Okay. Think as your photos as a visual story for your Airbnb. Okay. So think about that. The logical order that helps your guest understand your property's flow and features are important. So when you click for, say, of that nice big living room or that kitchen space, which I like to highlight the most, right? Because these are the common areas where they're going to spend the most. Or perhaps it could be that beautiful contemporary sofa with the view, with the windows, with the beautiful views that you can look out and some mountain space or something like that. That just looks amazing. You know, that right there is grabbing your attention, but is also telling a story, right? And if you click on that picture, then you're going to want to click on the next one. You see the order that follows that picture. And perhaps it's a detail, maybe some books on your coffee table that describes the surroundings of that city or place. You know, so all these details that come to play. Perhaps you have decorations. Maybe it's a country field theme. Maybe you have some hats, old rustic hats hanging on the wall. Um, Maybe you have something that's a Western quilt or a blanket or something like cushions around the sofa that adds to the storytelling that just ties up everything. And this is beautiful, guys. This is very, very nice. It makes me want to click on it. If I am aligned with that, and that is what I'm looking for, I'm going to continue clicking away. So, is the logical order important? Absolutely. Absolutely. We want people to flow through this, to love it. Also, the features and amenities as well. Now, the third thing that I talked about is the search algorithm. Yeah, there's some hosts that believe this, guys. Okay, that believe that when the photos are optimized in the right order, they feel that they've slightly favored on the top. Okay, so what does that mean? If hosts believe that Airbnb likes to see this kind of stuff, guys, because it also favors the whole website of Airbnb. Airbnb wants to showcase the best listings on the top. And if you have these best images that you photographer captured in the right light and everything of your listing, you're going to be favored. And that's what a lot of hosts do believe. And this could very much be real. Okay. So things to think about, like the hero shot. All right. Hero shots. What could that be? Is it a unique amenity? Right? I don't know. It could be a very unique pool. Maybe an awesome hot tub. Something that's very eye catching. That's going to make people want to click. Give them the reason to click on your listing. Right? Things that really stand out from the rest. Maybe it's that game room that you have in your garage or in your basement that's so themed, so awesome. Or maybe that one picture that sums it all up. Like I talked about earlier in our advertisement, the one, starting with that. The interior spaces, showcasing the common areas. Like I mentioned, the living room, perhaps bedrooms, maybe showing one each, right? Those areas that really showcase the home or the beauty of those, of the beauty of that particular room, right? The guests want to know where they're going to sleep, where they're going to relax, where they're going to cook, where they're going to bathe. That's what they're looking for. So let's showcase those in the right light. They want to see how your listing looks. They will almost want to feel it. We want to entice them, right? These are all important. And there's, like I said, amenities that could be featured and could be stand out. And I mentioned a few. Like I said, the pool. Maybe there's a home office, a fireplace, a balcony, the game room, entertainment, unique decor, architectural details. Super important. The same thing goes with the outdoor area and surroundings. Perhaps you have something very unique in your backyard. I just photographed a home in Austin that had the beautiful mural in the back. It was stunning. And on one side, it had a very iconic bridge in Austin, and the other side, it had a cattle, you know, representing Texas. And then it had a huge mural that was probably about 40 feet wide. Mural that said Austin on it, and a very abstract and very beautiful colors and stuff like that. It was just amazing. It's iconic. Now, perhaps you want to show stuff like if you're near a beach or a lake or mountain views, like I mentioned, nearby attractions, landmarks, or perhaps you want to showcase the charming neighborhood features that you have. All these are great in the order of your photographs for your listings. So there you go, guys. Some great tips. And I do have some additional tips to this. And, is it important to have high quality images? Absolutely. Making sure they're well lit. There's enough light in every single one of them. Here's the other thing. High resolution photographs are important. And not having blurry photographs or poor lit shots. No, that's a big no. That does not help your listing at all. Making sure that whenever you capture these photographs, guys, make sure that your space is tightened up. I hate to say it. I've been to Airbnbs or short-term rentals where I'm having to do a little bit of the staging myself, just because there's some things that they weren't cleaned up yet. So I'm having to take that. It's all in the details, guys. A lot of it is in the details, And if you're doing this yourself, make sure to get different perspectives. Stand in different parts of the room. See it from the different light in the different spaces where you walk in, whether it's a living room, kitchen, bedrooms, wherever it is. Now, also, most important, guys, is being honest. And I'll leave you with this one. Being honest with your Airbnb. Do not mislead your guest. Do not over-edit photographs. And this is something that I am completely against. If you're doing evening shots or twilight photos, which I've been asked before, and I've done many, make sure they're not oversaturated or look somewhat not real. It just doesn't work. Okay? Make sure that even the lighting that you use makes sense. Okay? And make sure not to have something that you're going to regret in the photographs or in your space that you're going to say, oh, we don't offer that anymore. Be real with yourself. If you have it there, people are going to expect it when they book it, when they walk in your place. Okay, so be careful with that. And like I said, careful with the editing. It doesn't have to be over edited. That's a little misleading. Okay. So guys, I hope that this episode helps you, with your Airbnb photo listing. And this is one of the questions I get asked a lot. Is it important as a photographer, as a commercial photographer? And I have to say it is. It is very important. These are things that we discovered over the years. Okay. So I hope that you guys could take something with you guys today. This podcast will be in different areas, like I mentioned earlier. I'd like to continue doing a couple more on Airbnb. And if you guys did like this, what I just mentioned to you guys, the information I just gave you, um, find me. You guys could email me at david@davidpizat.com. You could also follow me on Facebook. We are on Facebook as well, and Instagram as David Pizzat Photographers. I also encourage you to go to my website to find even more information and more tips. I have plenty of articles on short-term rentals and commercial photography. You go to my website, there's one that's a tab that's called commercial. You can click on there, and you can also find uh, our portfolio and articles as well. On the articles, if you go down to photography articles, you will find different articles there, anything from product photography, Airbnb photography, marketing photography, even event photography as well. So, like I said, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or you can even find us um, on our website. Find more information on our website and find more portfolio. Like I said, clicking on davidpizat.com. Again, that website is davidpizat.com. And this is our very first podcast on the Circle Formula. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys could take something from this podcast. Again, my name is David Pizzat. And like I said, I've been a photographer, I've been a marketer for years, and I love to help other businesses grow. I love to see them grow. I like to help them out as well. And I will be inviting, this is not just a solo podcast episode, over time, which I hope to do another podcast soon. I would like to invite other business owners or other people, other hosts that own their own Airbnb or short-term rentals, possibly other businesses as well in different industries. I believe that sharing knowledge is always wealth. You can always learn. You can always elevate yourself. I myself love personal growth. I love to learn every day and meet other people. And like I said, I help other businesses. Okay, guys. So this is the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you so much.